fans, and welcome back to Player's Companion. I'm Haley.
And I'm Dustin.
And today we are bringing you another unboxing of D&D Minis. This one is the Seas and Shores set. As you can see, we got a little bit more ambitious this time and went with 2 bricks. We're only going to open 1 brick on camera because we don't want to make you sit here for 2 hours to watch us unbox all of these. But we'll open this one, see what we find, and then we'll open the other one off camera, and if we see anything super cool, we'll show that off to you as well.
Yeah, so you can still be able to see, like in our previous videos, kind of what you would get if you make the investment in the standard 1 brick kind of purchase. I'm just gonna see what kind of variety you pull. Yeah, maybe it'll be something worth showing off on the other side. We did buy 2, like they said, because we definitely got enthused by having an ocean themed set. There's a lot of cool water themed monsters. You just don't get to see much.
I'm an ocean lover, so I'm very excited.
Right, it's a little oddball that like some of the things in here are be based on like Salt Marsh, where they took a lot of that from. The inspiration or art models in that book is quite old, but in general, ocean monsters are kind of neglected.
Yeah, and they still don't have like any ocean-based campaigns or even any campaigns that have like a good amount of time spent at the ocean, which Wizards, get on that. I really want.
Yeah, Salt Marsh you can combine into one kind of big campaign, but it's not quite the same or as cohesive as others. And yeah, there's so many monsters in the monster manual that are ocean-based, but you don't really use them all that much. But if you do want to make your own ocean-based campaign or just explore the depths of, Faerun's waters, which surely cover a majority of their planet as our own oceans do. Now you've got a set that is specifically set up for that, much like the Arctic and desert sets kind of were before. You've got a geographic region or climate zone kind of themed set. And let's see what you get inside. Just to start off before we get into cracking boosters, I thought I'd introduce, most sets do have like a premium figure that you can buy on the side that stores get per brick ordered, if you will. And this set is no exception. It introduces the Maw of Sekolah. 2-headed shark, big guy, nice details. I like the ribbons on him a lot. And Salt Marsh, again, were an older adventure this is drawing from. These guys are summoned as one of the big bads. They are an avatar of the Sagwin's aquatic and hungry god, and they have to battle them. A cool piece, looks pretty good. And unlike most of the ones that go 50, it's got the little smaller and only 30, which is kind of nice. So definitely a worthwhile pickup for that campaign.
First box.
Oh, big old one. There you go.
It's the one I have that's unpainted.
You have an unpainted one of them now.
Unpainted one. Yeah. Marids are genies from the elemental plane of water, and they're known for their immense strength, stopping ships up to 110 feet in their tracks. A turtle, just a turtle. It looks like he's like a barbarian.
Maybe he's got a cool axe.
Like that.
Yeah. But this week we can continue the trend of having 1 to 2 turtles play in every game that we run.
Is this the thing for everybody else? Are turtles like the most popular race in your campaigns? Please weigh down in the comments. I would like to know for science. It's got a cool looking tiefling. Ooh, a pirate captain. She looks cool. And just a druid. That's cool. I like this one.
It's a good looking piece. I think it's got some nice details on it. All right, our first box over here. 1 giant octopus. This guy does have a nice old man face and a big old brain though, so I do like those. Let's use more.
Got a big old noggin.
Yes, let's use more cephalopods out there. You have this is an undead. Sagwin, a sea spawn.
Oh.
So you saw with some briny.
That's cool.
Like parasitic growths on him. This little guy here, we have a pirate wizard.
Oh.
And we're gonna have a whole pirate crew.
He looks cool. He looks like he belongs in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, actually a little bit. I recognize him also from the Salt Marsh art, where he's kind of like fighting in an arena, and he's just kind of like randomly up in the corner of the picture, like kind of floating above the monster he's fighting there. And then another little guy.
Those.
Yep, you have a Lokatha hunter. You get up at skin shading pretty. It's very simple, but it looks good. Yeah. With the modeling on his skin there. So
far, the paint jobs on all of these are really good.
Pretty solid all around. Yeah, I gotta say. That seems to happen that way, where sometimes you get one set where you can tell they kind of skipped the budget on a little bit, and this one, maybe it's a little more niche, but they definitely have some good looking figures, so it's worth looking at it, even just for singles, if you want more pirates or you need a gnome wizard or something to go for your crew.
Air elemental Myrmidian, so that goes with our rock guy. He looks cool.
Yeah. That's Myrmidon.
I say that every time, yeah.
Myrmidon. No, these guys are really cool, yeah. You know, little extra elemental fighters. These guys are like a mix between a knight and your normal elemental from their respective plane. They're very tough in combat to take down. So yeah, very cool little addition. Nice details on it too.
Mm-hmm. Another Sogwin. We have a lot of them because we got the Sogwin army pack because I didn't know that this was going to come out. So we just have tons and tons. So we are ready for a Sogwin war.
Yeah.
They all look really cool. They make a lot of different sculpts and they all look really good. They give them different skin colors. I'm not complaining that we have so many. And this guy's no exception. He looks great. He kind of looks like he would be like a priest.
Yeah. Again, it's okay to have a bunch. Again, if you go back to Saltmarsh, one of the chapters, if your players are not stealthy, you'll have to fight like 40 of them in a room at one point.
There we go.
So you'll probably die. You fight all of them at once.
And the great thing about that is if you do have a huge battle with them, you'll be able to keep track of all the different minis when people fight them.
Or you can have some of them be minis and some of them be like M&Ms, as we typically do, to fill out those armies. And as they die, you can eat them.
Okay, there's another of the same comp though.
Yeah.
And the big one for this is, oh, this is cool! It's a Sogwin hatchling swarm. It's all little babies. They look so cute. They're like little worms.
Yeah, I'd seen this in one of the pictures.
Love those. It reminds me of the little souls that Ursula has.
Obviously it's on a large base. I didn't expect them to be this big. I thought they were small, like the wasp swarm from like Sand and Stone.
So they're pretty decent size. I mean,
that's pretty good. Yeah, and of course you can see they swarm around your character there and rip them up like a bunch of piranhas there. So it's pretty neat. All right, next pack up, we got. Okay, that's pretty cool. Is it Amphisbaea? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Giant two-headed snake. I like that they had one at each end. These guys look really good with the scale detailing. The last set also had just a basic giant snake too, which looked pretty good. Next up we have an Archdruid. You got your.
Ooh.
It's their Daddy Howson.
I was gonna say he's a daddy right there. He's a big one.
Yeah, it is.
I like his staff.
Yeah.
That's a cool pose.
Very nonchalant, that guy. He's ready to probably toke up before battle.
Give everybody some good berries.
Yep.
Oh!
I've got a Hydroloth there, so I've got, it's very toad-like. It's actually a demon, though, from the bowels of the abyss there. We have one crab folk.
He's so cute!
He's enormous, this guy. That's
really
crazy.
Heavy?
Yeah. It's pretty chunky, yeah.
I've liked every single piece we've gotten so far. Yeah. He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Alright, next we have a Sea Hag. That's cool. These actually do get referenced in games a lot. I've seen them before. Or just hags in general could be a filler. Looks good.
Yeah. She's a very small hag.
Like
it's the smallest of the hag lines.
Looks like Old Greg.
Old Greg?
I'm Old Greg. Next, same turtle. This will be good for all the people who play turtle in our one campaign. And there's another one of those guys.
All right.
So lots of duplicates.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Very cool.
Okay, you guys can ride around on one of those.
You're gonna ride around on it going for a half hour.
It's gotta be different. All right, what do we got over here? We got another Sogwin. This one looks more like you're used to, the big classic guy. Big fins, big tail. Got a nasty looking Warhammer there. If you're looking to build a warband of those, this guy is, so this set is the one for that. A Sea Elf Druid. A lot of druids in this set. I think this dude, Saltmarsh, you guys rescued that dude on that boat. I think this is probably who you draw from.
I thought.
To me, a prince can't wear jorts.
I don't think a prince would be a druid.
He might be a druid. Why?
I don't know. You didn't say he was a druid.
I never got in a fight or anything with him, you know. He's a giant crab. Also.
That's a giant crab? I mean, I guess it would be.
I mean, you know, there's all kinds of giant crabs. Some of them are giant to a person, some of them are giant to a giant. It's all relative, you know. And then, what's this guy? Giant lizard.
Okay, that looks like
a giant lizard. Is he giant enough for you to be giant? Okay.
Yes, look at him compared to this guy. He's giant.
It is, okay. With D&D, there's a large part of the monster manual is just animal, but big. And this guy fits that bill. Perfectly adequate. Nice paint job on him. Good detailing on his scaling and everything. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Sword Wraith Warrior. Pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like the clear characters. They're really neat.
I like the clear ones that are ghosts. Remember in the early sets, they had invisible figures that were like the chases, and they were lame.
Yeah. Another Wakoth, it looks like, but this guy has a spear.
Nice. All right, well, good.
At least he has a different weapon.
Maybe a little band of those guys.
Yeah. This is a big shrimp. Oh my gosh.
That's what you've been waiting for your whole life.
Aldani. Wait, what is it? It's like kind of, it's a lobster man.
Yeah, okay.
That's something. I like that. And it also looks good again. Ooh, this one's pretty. This is a plesiosaur. I love this color, this paint job on it. It's really nice looking.
A very small plesiosaur, I think, versus like actual dinos.
Well, it's better than using my stuffed ornament that you had to use before.
Oh, that's right. We did use the stuffy for that, yeah. All right, our one remaining booster here. The Scum. This guy also from Saltmarsh. The Scum is a pretty nasty creature. This is a humanoid that's been transformed into the tentacle creature you see here by an aboleth, and it is a slave to the aboleths, immune to all mental interference, such as fear or charm. It just wants to kill and fulfill its aberration master's wishes. A merfolk, a female.
Awesome.
Merfolk there. They recently put out a pack of these guys also unpainted.
Yep, which I have.
As well. But yeah, it looks really nice.
I love it.
One generic pirate.
Kind of looks like Strahd.
Yeah, those guys cool. It's actually a really good generic pirate sculpt. Good detailing. I could put together a crew with this guy. And then one last. Oh, cool. This one I actually was really hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Sea Lion. Great looking piece there. Legendary encounter in our house. Where, if any of you guys have ever played the classic White Plume Mountain, there is a very famous inverted ziggurat at the end of one of the passageways. And so, of course, it has like a pyramid shape to it, inverted, and on all of the steps is a zoo. The bottommost pit has a bunch of manticores with clipped wings, very scary if you just wander in there. The layer above it has a tank of water ringing it, and a bunch of sea lions in it. However, when my players got in there, and I described the layers, which are like ogre guards, then giant scorpions, sea lions, manticores, neglected to describe to them what a sea lion was, didn't think about the fact that a sea lion in D&D is very different than a sea lion in our world.
Also, important detail is the sea lions outnumber the Manticore, so there's like 5 or 6 sea lions and 3 Manticore.
Yeah.
So at one point, threw a fireball down and it broke the glass, and the water flooded the tank, and then after like 2 rounds, you were like, and the sea lions killed the manticores, and we were like, whoa, those sea lions ganged up on the manticores.
Yeah,
every single person playing the game thought they were the mammals that live on our world. We thought they were just plain barking sea lions.
Yeah, as my players like, wow, those sea lions are surprisingly bad. As they imagined, yes, just a series of just regular flippered arf sea lions tearing apart a cluster of manticores. Anyway, this guy, you can see much more clearly now how a swarm of these could tear apart.
Yes, that makes more sense.
Another reason this is cool to have is because sea lions have been around since like the very beginning of AD&D. I remember seeing them very clearly in the 2nd edition Monster Manual I used to have. They've never made a miniature.
Wow.
They've never been a licensed one, so cool to finally get one and have it look very nice, very intimidating. So, okay, this is the content of 1 brick of the set. So yeah, I mean, for us, definitely worthwhile. I know some people might not like that you don't have as many big guys, but coming off of a lot of really oversized sets, it's kind of nice just to get stuff that could fit into really kind of like any campaign with some water, as opposed to like the giant set, which was amazing. It had some very big, crazy looking guys, but they're for a very specific game, and yeah, it'd be hard to use all of them in a lot of consecutive battles and everything.
So we're going to go off camera, open our other brick, and then we'll show you if we pull anything that really stands out to us in that, and then we'll wrap this up.
All right, after going through our 2nd brick also, a lot more duplicates. 4 figures did stand out we wanted to kind of highlight. Over here we have the Lizard Folk Queen, who just has a really nice paint job, pretty ornate.
Yeah, she looks great.
Headdress and everything, and
she's very big too. She's like an imposing figure.
Yeah, that's true. So I always use more cool lizard folk. I definitely love seeing them. out there in games. One thing he was looking forward to, the water myrmidon. We did pick him up.
Yeah, he looks really cool. I love the coloring of his armor, that it's got like blue underneath and then like a dull coppery color on top. I love that technique. I try to do that sometimes in my paintings, so he looks great. I love that piece.
Really good. We have the dragon turtle wormling over here. Dragon turtle, another one of those that for how iconic they are in D&D. These are some of the largest creatures in D&D, being in the dragon family and being like a bit full dragon size, and also having their shells on top of that, knocking down and sinking ships and eating crews whole. They're tremendously opposing foes in the seas, and we don't really have a lot of sculpts of them. Of course, they're quite big, but I mean, even just the little wormling here is good to have.
And I had never even heard of them before.
Yeah.
Open that.
I mean, they're ones that again don't get to play on the water a whole lot, so you probably haven't come across them much. But for anyone who has run on the water, they're definitely one of the few big bads at the end of an aquatic campaign that's going to challenge you. Just a singular assault coming to your entire ship at once. And then last, we did pull also a spectator, these little sub-beholder offshoots. Make a nice little kind of mini boss, guardians for a larger beholder's lair, or there's also like a summoned wizard's like attacker. Great details on there, very imposing, menacing. So there you have it. Again, I don't know after opening the second brick if we necessarily would have gone for the second, or would recommend for a lot of people getting the 2 bricks, unless you really want to build up armies of the generic little sea creatures. Again, we've got a couple of good squads that could definitely, you can build a lot of encounters around, which is nice. But for a lot of folks, there's a lot of repeats as well. That would always be kind of disheartening. On the other hand, though, our second brick had 2 of the most valuable pieces on the secondary market in it. So definitely,
it's a gamble.
Yeah, you know, what made up for it dollar-wise.
Okay, so that's the end of our video. If you made it this far, please leave the waves emoji.
Let us know what things you like in the set. Feel free to chat with us. We'd love to hear you. As always, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It does help us grow the channel, get the word out there, and keep making videos like this.
Also, let us know, how many turtles is too many turtles? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Until then, keep gaming.